Hi everybody, this is Mr. Roche. We are working with NeoPixels and the Arduino, and we're learning how to make loops. And today we're learning how to make a subroutine to have our code work. And what we're doing right now is we have some code right now which will turn on like lights, and we turn on every other light different color, which is cool. We could do other things with this, but this is what's going on. What we want to do is we want this to turn off so it'll like cycle, okay? And at the end of class, what we did was we were looking at learning how to make a subroutine, okay? In the Arduino basic language setup, there actually are two subroutines, okay? And they have these words, funny words like void in front of them. And the name of the subroutine is this, okay? And those two parentheses indicate things you could send to the subroutine. Like you can put things to have the subroutine work on them. And then the curly braces make the bounds of the subroutine. So everything between here or here are part of the subroutine, okay? So automatically with Arduino, you get two subroutines, which is like a setup and the loop one. And the loop one cycles, which we had learned. And the setup one like does something once when you first turn on the Arduino, okay? So that's sort of what we got. And then what we did in class is that we made up another subroutine. It's like, we're going to call it void turn off, okay? Now I have to do that to make it a subroutine. I have to write the parentheses, and I have to have two curly brackets to begin and end where code starts, okay? And turn off is actually easy to write. So what we want to have happen is we want all the lights to go on and off. So I'm going to go and take my loop for all the lights. Okay, I'm going to take the first line of it, and I'm going to paste it in there, and I'm going to make another ending bracket for that. Okay, so I have two brackets. Some people write the subroutines like this too, if it makes more sense, because then you can see if there's a beginning and an end. Okay, and that's a good thing. And then what I need to do is just for each of the colored lights, turn off the light. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to paste this in here like that. Strip, which is our strip, right? We had made this NeoPixel strip using the Adafruit library. And I'm going to set them all to just 0, because I know that 0 means off. And so I'm not going to use any special color or anything like that. Just going to go like that, okay? So that sets up a thing that would turn it off. Now, here's the thing about subroutines, okay, is that you write them up here. And what they do is they're sort of an isolated bit of code that will do like a job for you. Anything you need to have happen, like this is a turn off, this is a good thing to do. There's 8 lights, you know, we just wanted to turn it off, okay? Okay, so that's the thing. So that's what's going to happen. And then what we want to do is the subroutine doesn't do anything until you call it. So every subroutine needs a call if you want them to work, okay? Okay, and there are things like subroutines are the general sort of generic term for these things. There are things like functions, they call them, which is also sort of a form of a subroutine. And like in Java, there are things like methods and things like that, but they're all kind of the same idea. And one of the things that's interesting is that there's this word void, okay? We can return something from the subroutine, like we could say int, okay? And what happens is I have to return some kind of number, so I'd have to write return like a number. So I could say return like 1, and that would be a subroutine that returns something. It's kind of like silly. So all I need is the lights to turn off, but I could return like a Boolean and say whether the lights got turned off or not. And if the lights got turned off, I could return like say true, for example, if I needed this to happen, okay? So that void means just that the subroutine doesn't return anything. It sort of does its job and it stops, okay? But what I'm really careful to do is I'm really careful to make sure my curly braces match up, okay? And then what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to put in the loop. This is the thing that repeats, okay? Okay, so what it does is it does it on sort of a cycle time. And what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the loop, turn on all the lights, okay? And then I'm going to turn them off. So I'm going to go like this. And actually we could do, we'll go like this. We'll say turn off. okay? And this is a call to the subroutine. Okay, so you have to know that subroutines have to have a call or else they don't work. Okay, this makes it work. Okay, now one of the things that is sort of an issue here is probably we have to kind of do the show. Let's do it in here, I guess. See what happens. Okay, so then we can just call turn off and then it'll be good. And you could actually make this into a subroutine too. Okay, so we could go something like, well, let's run this right now and just make sure it works. Okay, so I'm going to run this, see if I get errors. No errors. Okay, and let's see what happens. So see what happens, they all turn on and then they turn off. All turn on, and then they turn off. Actually, maybe we want to delay because you can't see that this first one got turned off. So I might go here and go to the code again and maybe add a delay someplace. So see where you said turn off here? Like you could stick a delay down here, something like that. Okay, now once I write two delay terms, like this is going to be like dicey if I want to like change the time on things and stuff like that. So I might do something like, I don't know, I might make a delay timeout here. And we might make that like, I want to run kind of fast. Okay, so I might do something like this, and then I can go like this and say, and you're using these English words because it makes more sense to people what you're doing. And that's a good thing. Okay, so let's run that, see what happens here. And then I get like what I'm looking for is a little bit more like, see like they go off and you see that they go off, right? Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so the goal tonight is to get them to do this, okay? And what I want you to do is send me like share your I guess you could do this, like send me like a video that shows that it's working on yours. Okay, no, actually you can just show me the code. Okay, so what you would do for this is let me stop this for a second. If you go share, right? Okay, let me see. I don't want to do that. Let me see. Hold on. So yeah, if I go share and invite people, you get this link. So if you sent me this link and copied it, okay. Wow, look at that. If you give me the link, I can look at them and then we can check them out. I think I got a month to sort of look them out. That'll work out. Okay, so let's do that. So send me this link on you get your final thing done. I need to see that it's your stuff. And let's get this to work like this. Okay, so let's do that for homework for tonight, and then we'll work about like trying to like figure out something else. If you get really excited and you make a new design and stuff like that, that's totally worth extra credit. So I want you to get involved, and I want you to kind of make the coolest lights we possibly can get. Okay, so that's it. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.